Promo.
Namaste to all from India and Shalom to all from Israel. On behalf of DG Rotary Nagendra Prasad from District 3190, our vocational service team and the lead club, Rotary Bangalore Whitefield Central. I am Manoj Kabre, President of Rotary Bangalore Whitefield Central, welcoming you all to the 6th edition of Jnana Vaividya, a 12-week long vocational diversity speaker series. Friends, we have very carefully curated this series to bring very select speakers, who have done excellent work in their vocation and are able to share extensive knowledge with all of us. Special welcome to our today's speaker, Rotarian Mr. Abt from Israel, as well as the agriculture specialists, 3 of them along with him. Special welcome to our chief guest today, DG of 2480 Israel, Rotarian Frankel, and PDG of District 3190, Rotarian KS Nagendra. I would also like to welcome all the guest clubs. There are 12 of them who have partnered with us for today's event. All the Rotary friends all over the world, friends of Rotary, and specifically a Lions Club, a Lions District from Hyderabad, who is also partnering with us. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you and commence the program of today. Over to you, Rotarian Zipura.
תפתחי את המיקרופון.
It's okay?
כן.
Zipora, you can go ahead.
Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can go ahead with the introduction of DG.
Okay. No, first I just wanted to, on behalf of our President Yitzchak Abt and club members, I would like to thank you, President Manoj Kabre, for inviting us to participate in this session. Rotary Club of Ramla would like to convey our heartfelt gratitude to our VTT team headed by Rotarian Yitzchak Abt and agriculture specialist Eitan Per, Ofra, and Yaakov Baram, who participated in the project of training farmers in India. Our collaboration of Rotary Club of Ramle and Rotary Club of Queen City, and it was organized and coordinated by our, it would be my honor and pleasure to introduce our DG, Dr. Nahum Frankel, who, despite the tight schedule, agreed to join this session today. Dr. Nahum Frankel, born in Israel, married plus 3 children. He served in the Israeli army at the rank of major. He holds many degrees, public administration from Barilan University, a main participants arising from the pandemic of. Thank you, Mr.
Good afternoon, distinguished members of District 3190 from India, dear past District Governor Najendra from District 3190, President Kawe from Bangalore, Whitfield Rotary Club, Club President and VTT members, and agriculture experts, my friend Ran Lieber, the head of the International Channel in District 2490, the chairman of the expert group, Mr.Yitzhak Abt from Kiryat, Ramla Club President Yosef Agiv, Tzipora Meir, chairman of the International Channel Ramla Club, former President Shimon Gonen, member of the International Channel of the Ramla Club. It is a great privilege, and I am pleased to attend this meeting of agriculture experts from India and Israel. There is a great importance to the issue we discuss and concern us all. Questions of water, irrigation, and vegetation occupy the world and will continue to occupy it as the climate crisis grows. Rotary Twin Clubs create a reality of understanding, cooperation, and friendship for the benefits of all. I would like to wish you all participants continued productive work. I greet you all from the bottom of my heart. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the entire event due to other Rotary commitments, but I'll stay with you until I'll have to leave the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Frankel. And now we come to the speaker introduction of today by Rotarian Pravesh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to friends from Israel. Today's, speakers are, I mean, we have the great panel of speakers, 4 of them. And, first of them is Mr. Yitzchak Abt. He has been, I mean, whatever I talk about him, would be less, but I'll try to do this justice with whatever I have. So he has been past president and one of the founder member of the Kiryat Rotary Club at the gateway of Negev Desert in southern Israel. He has been farm and regional planner settling immigrants in village of Lashish region. Agricultural attaché to South America, appointed for promoting agriculture cooperation in the service of peace, and he has been director for CINADCO. Around, not only this, Rotary Club from Israel was the main person, behind the entire planning and conceiving the trip of the 3 agriculture specialists to India in 2016. He did not travel himself, but was the mastermind behind the unique project of applying Israeli innovation agriculture technique to Indian farming in the place of Jalna and Aurangabad in Maharashtra state. This project was a joint project of Rotary Club of Ramla and Bombay Queen City, executed in 2016. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You can do, there's a reaction button there. You can do this thing as well. So thank you so much. Other distinguished speakers of today, just 1 second, please, are Mr. Ethan Pierre. Mr. Ethan Pierre, former general manager and director of farms and farms of flower fruits and vegetable consultant of post harvest and agriculture administration, has been general manager of Lakish Flower Grower Company and a founding member and promoter of Moshav Lakish. Second guest speaker, we have Mrs. Ofra Baram. She is the lady behind development and implementation of training program in human resource development and agriculture. Also, she has been very, very passionate about the role of women in a lot of industries, and she has been specifically working in the development of CINADCO. Then we have Mr. Yaakov Bar-Am. He has been agronomist at heart and by the work. Chief Agronomist and Regional Marketing Director of Nevis Seeds Limited, which is pioneer in seeds production. He is also international experience in agricultural extension and trainings. Please give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, and we really welcome you on this podium, sir.
Okay, so now we go to the talk, and may I request Rotary Abt to begin his talk.
אתה לא שומעים אותך, אתה במיוט.
יצחק, תפתח את המיקרופון. יצחק, תפתח את המיקרופון.
Manoj sir, you can also unmute him, I believe, or one of the administrator can do that.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah, you can just go over him and unmute him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Very good.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry for the delay.
No problem.
Good. First of all, good afternoon, dear fellow Rotarians. As president of the Rotarian Club in Kiryat, the northern gateway to the Negev Desert in Israel, I send you warm, warm greetings. 3 years ago, I was asked to organize a VTT, volunteer technical training activity in Israel in the fields of agriculture and rural development. The visits of the 2 VTT groups from India became a highlight of Rotarian undertakings in Israel at that time. The follow-up visit to India by 3 agricultural and rural development experts, Ofra, Yaakov, and Eitan, was an extremely successful joint venture between Rotary India and Rotary Israel. Ofra dedicated her professional life in organizing many on-the-spot training courses in Latin America, Africa, and Asia. These courses were held in English, in Spanish, perhaps even at some time in French, and they were very, very effective in transferring know-how. Yaakov was a chief scientist at a reputed seed company, but also volunteered to lecture in professional courses organized by CINADCO, the Center for International Agricultural Development Cooperation, which I established and headed under Israel's development cooperation body, Mashav. Eitan is an outstanding farmer in the Lachish region with a long history of pioneering and cooperative agriculture. He is, amongst other things, a grape specialist and has wealth of experience in making agriculture profitable. It's good to know him. Their visit to Aurangabad and Jalna was both an eye-opener and a means of understanding India's challenges to develop new farming practices and the role of women in farm development, which was found to be a dominant need in order to feed their families. I want to take the opportunity of thanking the initiators and organization of this meeting in India, Dr. Manoch Kabre, and in Israel, Tzipora. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Fine.
And over to you, Ofra.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, I will open the.
Pauline, just come see him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and shalom and erev tov from Israel. I hope,
Shalom.
we hope that you allow us to address you as dear friends. And why? Because this is the way we feel. This is the way we felt from the first moment that we started this the preparation for this project here in Israel for several months, that we were in communication with our counterpart in India, and that this was not enough. And as soon as we arrived, immediately we went out to the field. And
Ofra, your voice is not very clear. Can you come closer to the microphone, please?
yes, I will do my best. Is it okay now?
Yeah,
Yes,
it is
better.
better. Thank you.
Okay. And to the field in order to see and to determine finally what will be our program. I mean, of course, we had information before, and we prepared materials for each of us according to his own specialty, but we wanted to reach the field and to determine. And later on, we will refer to the different groups we met, but we will now start immediately with the program because the time is short and there is a lot to say. So, as I said, we went to field visit to farmers growing grapes, pomegranates, tomato, onions, sugarcane, and ginger. The lectures were given in different places. It was not like a full lectures in classroom, tent, outdoors, and we were, and after the visit, we will see now the subjects which we will emphasize. So we decided are the most important to emphasize.
Okay. After the visit of the farmers and researchers in research stations, we resolved what will be the concept in this in the meeting with the farmers. When we meet a group of farmers, the first of the things that they want is, please give us generally recommendation to the crop, to all the crops, to all the farmers, generally recommendation. But we cannot give a general recommendation. Why? Because there are three differences, principal differences between the different farmers. The first one is the differences with places, difference with from one place to another place, difference of soil, different weather, and we cannot, it's not normally the weather and the soil influence very much in the crop, and we must to take this as a change in the different conditions. Second, in the same place is a very difference between years. One year to another is very different, and also we must change. And the third differences is the management of the crop in different farmers. And we resolve what to do after this disease. And when we see two things, we resolve that farmers see the disease, see the pest in the field, but we understand that they don't know exactly what happened after the ground in the place that they don't see. And in this subject, effect of irrigation and fertilization under the surface and growing tomatoes and cucumbers, we must to teach to the farmers what to do in the different conditions, because he stay in the field and he must to resolve what to do. And when we see what happens, we see when we speak with the farmers and they irrigate many times with very good technology, but they don't know if the water comes to the depth, the right depth or not. They don't know what happened with the fertilization. Is good, is too much, is not too much. There are many technologies that can help to this, but not all the farmers can buy this. And we must teach them simple forms to see this. You can use a tensiometer, but that is technology. But you can also make a hole in the field and to see if the water comes. Excuse me. If the water comes to the to all the roots or no. If you need 80 centimeters deep, the water there they come to this deep, and this will resolve what will be the difference in the days between one irrigation and fertilization, from one to another. And the concept is to teach the farmer how to resolve, how to manage in all different conditions. And I think that this target we achieve this target because we see that they understand, and this field that is very important to me. Thank you.
Now we done.
Eitan?
אני פה. Okay. 100 years ago, our parents came to Israel from Europe. They brought with them a new wind of socialism and equality. In agriculture, they create two-frame system of living, well known and famous in the world, as you know, kibbutz and moshav. The kibbutz, an agricultural community based on 100% partnership in the respect of growing together children, eating in dining room, working together, and most important than everything, no private properties. The moshav was less extreme, Every family had their own house and farm. The production, according to the successor, belonged to the farmer. But all the group were equal members in a cooperative that act like a bank. The cooperative supply all the needs, money for living, as well as need to the operation of the farm. All yield was marketed by the co-op. Full control and all the expenses and on all the expenses and all the income. In general, both systems based on a deep and strong ideological belief and commitment. Those systems are sorry not anymore exist. Probably because it's not going together with the human nature. Anyway, after glory of 60 years, around the 80s of last century, out of more than 500 communities, only a few remain, some close to their past spirit. One of them, some unique system and great success is Moshav Lachish, which is my place. About I am going to speak because I think it can be a model for all over the world. Cooperation on profitability consideration only. 66 farmers that 75 years ago established the ideological cooperative that I mentioned before, 90% of them producing table grapes, supplying more than 35% of Israeli consumption of table grapes. Only 66 farmers, each of them working separately, money commitment directly to the bank. The only cooperation is the marketing. Everyone have unwritten agreement, unwritten commitment voluntarily to market all his grape through the Moshav Lachish marketing system. He can stop selling his grapes through the system whenever he wants. But in fact, that more than the last 20 years, no one left. No 1 kg was sold not through the system. Not because any reason, but economical preparation. The system works as follows. Each farmer produces his variety, his light wheat, as you see. Okay, this is some sample of the production. But when it's come to the harvest, nobody harvests 1 kg before receive an order from the center. The packing is in the standard way, is grapes coming to the transit center on pallets of about 60 boxes under brand name, one brand name that belong. Yeah, okay. That of Moshav Lachish. He left his product, and after classification, his grapes losing the identification. All the grapes going to chain. מה? all the grapes are going to the chain, different markets, and whatever, under the one brand name, Tally Grapes. All the income from the sales of 1 week are entering to a money pool, and the total result being separate between all the farmers that send their grapes that week according to the laboratory classification. The Tally Grapes is a non-profitable entity. Tally Grapes organization deducting the handling, transportation, whatever, charges only. The over yearly rotation is around 200 million shekel of total of the 66 farmers. No share, no money left over. By the end of the year, leftover or deficit is paid to the or charged by the KG, and that's it. The Tally Grapes brand is belong to 66 farmers in such a way that every one, or no matter how much he is marketing, membership rights are equal forever for himself, for the second generation and the third one. This is our product, some of our product. Out of 24 different varieties, you saw only 2. Thank you for this moment. Hopefully you can continue.
Now we come to all the subjects are very important, but we are now going to discuss the importance of women's participation in decision making and the advantages for both family and society. Actually, we emphasize this subject, even though there are many groups in the rural area, and we will discuss them later, and the human factor is so important, this is my part in it, because it starts behind every technology and every innovation, there is a human being. And there is a lot to do.
It's not clear what you are talking. It's very, you have to talk louder, please.
Okay, we'll try. So we are now coming to the subject of women in rural areas, women in development, and the importance of this subject. Why? Every group in the rural area has got its needs, but the importance in the special thing about women is it okay now? Is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
it
it's
is
okay.
better.
Okay.
You can be in the same place.
Okay. Because of the triple role of women, which is first of all the reproductive, giving birth, it's the domestic, then it's the productive, adding to the family's income, and then finally the social, because women are very active also socially in organizations. So women are a very, very important part, and we know that because of many cultures and different societies, there is a problem, and that's why if we want to see development, we must pay special attention to this subject. And that is why we later on, when we go on with the lecture, you will see that we met many groups of women, and it was very, very interesting because they were very much interested not only in the traditional subject of, how economic these are also very important, but if you are talking about development and women are working in agriculture, they are working very hard. So they need a lot of support, and we want to know really a knowledge professional in agriculture. And now we will see later on, we will see some also. Now we will continue with some other subjects.
There is some echo. Yako, there is some echo from your side.
Yes,
Can you see if
yes.
you are using two devices?
No.
Please use only one device.
No.
No,
And now it's okay.
nothing.
Okay. So now we are going on with other subjects that we treated in this training. And the Eitan, yeah, now you continue. This, this I see. Okay. Now there are some other subjects which we give Eitan and Jacob only gave some samples of a specific subject which they touch, but there were many others. The others we are not going to discuss it now. We just want to present to you, and there are the presentations of innovative technology, especially alternatives such as substrate hydroponic system. Also, also there was another subject which was a presentation of the very simple irrigation system for farmers with very related techniques. So these are the subjects that we treated along the way. And now, and another thing that we mentioned in our talk, in our discussions, because it was not something like school, it was really very, very, every day we spend half a day in the research centers or other centers, and half of the day in the field with different groups of people. And that's why we also discussed about the Israeli agriculture, which is known to many people in India because they heard about it, they are interested in it. So according to the talk of the very, let's say, very practical knowledge that the farmer will need, we also discussed other, innovations and to open new ideas, and really it was a sort of sharing because our system is not very, our concept of training is not rigid. We really try to reach the person and to discuss different aspects of life, of the problem, and that's how this is not only a professional experience, it's also a very enriching human being and motivating, because motivation is so important. Of course, also innovation, but it also goes together. So now we continue because time runs, and the other group, is it okay now? Can you hear me? Yes, okay. The groups that we met were farmers, women farmers, students of agriculture, unbelievably. It, we will see them later. They were so interested. They knew so much about agriculture in Israel, but also they asked many questions. But the most encouraging thing was their ambition, their wish to do things. We really felt very much say, optimistic when we met with people. And now, of course, we met the researchers and in the institution. And this was very
גברת ברעם, גברת ברעם, בקושי מבינים אותך. תעמדי צמוד למיקרופון. האנגלית היא מצוינת, אבל לא מבינים אותך. Excuse me, I try to explain in Hebrew.
Sure. I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Now I was discussing the institution and the researchers, and I said that it's important. It was important because it was not just exchange of ideas. Because in the research center, we also met farmers or farmers leaders or students or other people. So there was a very rich dialogue among all the groups. And discussing the different groups, I must now talk about Rotary. We want to say in this occasion to thank you and to tell you that from the moment we start, you're right, till the last moment we left, we were all the time accompanied in every possible way, in efficient way that we had everything, the program was 100%. We never missed one activity. Everything was there, transportation, meetings, and so on. Socially, the members of the Rotary were always there in all the places that we visited. They accompanied us all the time, even at 4 o'clock in the morning in the railway station with flowers. What can you expect more? I mean, we have no words to describe the cooperation and the hospitality, and this went all along the way together with everybody. And of course, it contributed a lot. And also, we had our coordinator who accompanied us all through the visit with Mr. Suat, who was before in Israel, participating in international course in the Faculty of Agriculture. We met him. He told us a lot of important things, and then he accompanied us, and it was very, very successful. It was easier to really read places and to understand the situation. Okay, now as time goes quickly, we wanted to show you how it was done. Yes, now we will see the pictures. As you see, we told you
we must explain. Half day we stay in the classroom and we speak with the farmer, and half day we go to the field.
Now, as you can see, for example, one group that you have both men and women, and there was full participation from both sides on the professional matters, and there they were in the classroom. As you can see, different and everywhere, even if it wasn't the field, we always had all the instruments, everything that we needed to give the lecture anywhere, even in the field if we wanted to. And now we come to the group of women. I don't know if you can see the atmosphere. It was so much, it was together. It was not speaking, it was sharing. It was discussing problems, discussing achievements, discussing, and it was, as you can see, it was really very, very productive. And of course, there were also lectures, but I think that this reflects the atmosphere. And also, Anna, some of them also brought some products that here you see different groups of women, some of them leaders. Now there are in the field, there are different jobs which are typically, usually made by women because we need a lot of tenderness to do it, such as you can see here.
Yes, in this picture, you can see they produce new varieties of tomatoes. They make pollination in this time, and you can see what they do. It's a very hard work, not physical hard, but very, very delicate. They put in this time the pollen of another flower from another variety, and they put the pollen in the another flower, and this produce a new variety of tomato.
Normal growing la tuck tucknu pollinate பண்றதுக்கு இவாளே
I request everyone to be on mute, please.
I beg your pardon? What is the problem?
Hey, no problem. Go
okay,
ahead.
So we can continue. And then some of them also grow some of the products which they produce and sell, and are very successful and very proud of what they are doing. So we had a meeting also in the research center with these ladies. Now here you have the group of students. As you can see, they are young, they are very eager to know, and they are very, very fond of agriculture, which is very encouraging. I don't know if it is now, but when we were there, it was very, very interesting. And as you see, there are also young girl students, which is also very, very good and very important, that they go to subjects as agriculture and rural development. So this is very, very important development. Now, as you see, everywhere, now sessions in the research institutions, there were different sessions where we met, as I told you, many people, also leaders of farmers, leaders of women. We discussed different, they also participated in our lectures, and also I must tell you that some of our materials that we had, I mean lectures, we would with pleasure left it with some of our colleagues so that they could present in their own lectures.
மியூட் பண்ண அதை போடுங்க நீங்க உங்க இதை இது பண்ணி சாப்பிடுறதெல்லாம் அப்படியே தெரியுது அசிங்கமா.
Also, so now since with some farmer fields,
I felt like at home when we visit the vineyard.
Yeah, you're there. Okay.
Yes, great.
Continue, go ahead.
I thought you wanted to comment on the vineyard. Okay, as you see, while they were discussing the method, the subject of the grade, I was invited with the ladies to enter their home to discuss many things, and these things happen all the way, and it really contributed a lot to the efficiency of this training. It was not something really rigid in the classroom. This is also important, not that I think it is not, but I mean, it had a very, very human character, and I think we also became richer with knowledge and with understanding through this training.
We visit also onion fields and sugarcane. We have not sugarcane in Israel, but people that know what is agriculture can see in the field if there are problems. And we see also ginger, fields of ginger, and very, very interesting from this.
And I'm afraid since I consulted the work, and we still have some important things that we will see if they remain, and then we'll tell you what were our, and then we will present to you what were our recommendations towards the end of no, after the training. But here there were, as you see, when I told you about the human side of it, there were many ceremonies. I know that it's not new for you. And this gentleman is to us who accompanied us, and we are very grateful also to him. It was really very, very heartwarming and it was really something very special. Everywhere we parted, it was with a feeling and with friendship and also with knowledge, hopefully. As you can see, and I'm sorry now that we ran a bit quicker to be on time and not to disturb your plan. And here we also had interview on TV about women, the participation of women. And then now we come to go on. And now we had the opportunity to participate in the inauguration of a new dam by the Israeli consul in Mumbai. And as you see, there were all kinds of events through this training. You know, it was the Peter River project, probably known to you. And here we come to Rotary. This is when we arrived, we were received by the Mr. Alfie and the Rotary Mumbai, and we gave some lecture, we explained what we are going to do. It was a wonderful and heartwarming welcome, and we are very, very grateful. As I told you, in the railway station, everywhere. It was really wonderful. So before we, and then there was the annual meeting, I think, with the club of Rotary in Bombay. It was an unforgettable event with thousands of participants, and we felt it's unbelievable. We felt it at home, and we discussed so many things. And as you can see, there's a lot to tell. And now we want before we, and thank you to everyone, but we still have some minutes. We want to give you as we say, Rotary Club all over. They used to come every day to the hotel to inquire if we need, if we have everything. There were meetings that you see in the evening. It was really unbelievable. It was fantastic. And now we want to, before we leave you, we want to tell you what were our recommendations. After we finish, we met with some of the researchers and other personalities, and these were our recommendations. Eitan.
Okay. And our recommendation are to continue and develop the model of VTT project in the different places and subject, to support farmers' visit to Israel, to send students for 11 months to work and study in Israel. It's according to a special agreement that the Israeli government have with a few countries in the world, that students are coming and staying 11 months, working and learning. To continue special project with started in
Jalna and Aurangabad.
Jalna and Aurangabad, and we suggest that KVK farms centers will conduct research, especially in irrigation and fertilization for the local crop, in order to create growing recommendation for the farmers. And we are ready to help and to be involved in that project. So,
and before we have still a few minutes, and we are not going to leave before our leader and our visionary Yitzhak wants to say some words of of Shalom. Yitzchak? Yitzchak?
Hello, Yitzchak.
Yitzchak? Yitzchak?
יצחק, תפתח את ה...
יצחק?
לא שומעים אותו.
תן לי את הטלפון שלי.
יצחק? איפה יצחק?
לא, הוא פה, אבל לא שומעים אותו. הוא לא פתח, הוא צריך לפתוח את הספיקר.
לפתוח את המיקרופון.
מיקרופון.
איתן, שנייה. אני קיביתי לך את הטלפון. אתה צריך לסגור את הספיקר.
טוב, הם ידאגו לזה כבר.
Okay, I think we can probably wait for him as he comes, and then we can again get him on the screen, right?
Okay.
So first of all, thank you very much. I think it was a great presentation and a great narration of what you did. As I wrote in the chat box, I think your photographs spoke a lot beyond what you said.
Exactly.
So thank you very much for capturing this for us, the entire team, you know, starting from Eitan and Ori and Yaakov, and led by your leader, Rotary Abt. So sincerely, thank you for what you did.
And it's great privilege for us to participate this all also.
Yeah.
And thank you for your interest and for inviting us.
Yeah.
We would very much like if we can reach Yitzchak. We wanted to leave a very important
Can you
message.
hear me now?
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can hear you.
I want to suggest that you know, our country was a semi-arid country, and always suffered from a lack of water and severe erosion. In 1939, just before the World War II began, a top scientist from United States, Walter Loudermilk, came to Israel. At that time, it was Palestine. And he was very worried about the soil erosion throughout the world. And to his surprise, he found here in Israel that the farmers were applying different systems to avoid soil erosion. And he got so excited that he wrote a commandment. And that commandment I discussed many times with the leader of the Jain community in the capital of the Jain community. And the commandment is, thou shalt inherit the holy earth as a faithful steward, conserving the resources and productivity from generation to generation. Thou shalt safeguard thy fields from soil erosion, thy living waters from drying up, and thy forests from desolation, and protect thy hills from overgrazing by the herds, that thy descendants may have abundance forever. If any shall fail in this stewardship of the land, thy fruitful fields shall become sterile, stony ground. I won't go further about what will happen if we don't do it. And I think that this meeting we have had, and mission that was the Rotary mission that was with you, certainly encountered a love for the land, a love for for sustenance. And I thank you all. I thank Rotary for enabling us to work together for the good of mankind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rotary and Abt. It was really great. And Pravesh, over to you.
Thank
so
you.
much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Abt, and everybody else. A wonderful session, very eye-opening. For me personally, it stands out a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are questions, you can still post in the chat. In the meantime, I got not so much question, but kind of request, from Mr. Prabhakar Makam. He's saying that, I am agri graduate working in Kothur, Pagwada village, Pagwada Taluk, where I work with agri small farmers for 20 years. He needs some help. So, Prabhakar ji, I would suggest, you can get in touch with Rotary Whitefield Bangalore Central and 3190. I believe, Manoj ji, what do you suggest in this case?
Sure. We can do that. No problem.
That
So that
from us for you as well. Thank you all.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take some of the next questions. I think there is a question about soil that I can see from Mr. Suresh Navandar.
Yeah. So, how to analyze soil in farm other than regular lab methods where results will come in 2 to 3 days time? Any quick method followed in Israel? That's the question.
Eitan, did you hear the question?
Now we will.
Okay, let me. I'll repeat it, and hope I'm clear. You can hear me well, right?
It's possible to return on the question.
It's in the chat box.
It says how to analyze the soil in farm other than regular lab methods where results will come in 2 to 3 days time. Any quick method followed in Israel? Please guide us.
If you will give me, you will give me 20 hours of speaking, then I will be more effective. There are different kind of taking care and checking and all together. It's not in one 2 minutes answer. Sorry.
Okay, but I think what you say is there are definitely better methods available in Israel, and that is something we can research later.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. I see suggestions and I see requests.
Yeah, so I think let's go to Rotarian Ralphie, who is from Bombay Queen City. And can I request Rotarian Ralphie to give your reflections, because you and Rotarian Murari, you are the people who are at the forefront of this effort.
Thank you, Manoj. First of all, this was an India-Israel cooperation, and everyone who participated did it wholeheartedly, and that is why each one contributed, which resulted in the success. As you know, that Yitzhak was our Bible, and Ophra and Jacob and Etan, they were our prophets, and Sipporah and Shimon and all the president of Rotary Club of Ramla, they were our partners. And from my club, Rotarian President Murari Agarwal and his contacts, Mr. Sonune and Mr. Suhas Asgaonkar from Aurangabad, they were our on-the-ground partners. But the beauty of everything was the Embassy of India in Israel, the Embassy of Israel in India, the consulate, everyone. We asked for something, they gave more than what we asked. This is because people from India and people from Israel are not just connected. They are one nation, only in 2 different parts of the world. You cannot believe, when I visit Israel, I feel at home, not only because of the love and the affection given by my friends in Israel, particularly the Rotarians, but the openness by which they share their knowledge. is phenomenal. You can count on Ethan, Ofra, and Yaakov, and Yitzhak, and Sipora, and you name everybody. It is like they will open any question that you ask. This is the love of two nations. For this meeting, our friend Rotarian Manoj Kabre and his Rotary Club have done phenomenal job. Absolutely great. They included everybody. You know, our friends from Aurangabad and from Jalna, they are listening to us and they are feeling so proud that they did this project. This is the love that these two nations have in their heart. And that is why any project you take and you just allow this love to be part of that project, it will grow like the grapes in Moshav Lakir. It is like the flowers, it is like the plants that you plant in India and you use the technology from India and Israel. By the way, I am always proud to say Indian farmers have a lot to teach Israeli farmers also.
Correct, correct, correct.
The reason is, Yitzhak, you know, you gave me an opportunity to go and visit the Ethiopian village. And Ethan took me there. Believe me, my heart was so proud because my Rotarians saw how beautifully, with minimum expense, you were getting the maximum results and growing those herbs and preserving the culture of Ethiopian community in Israel after their immigration. So we have to give the right platform, and in my opinion, Rotary, doesn't matter in which part of the world this Rotary is. And in India, Bangalore Rotary, I can tell you, I already feel a part of them. And I have been welcomed by Bangalore Rotary 25 years ago when I took a delegation of 20 young people to see the factories in Bangalore. Rotarian Manoj, a Rotary Club in Bangalore, hosted us. So you can see the Rotary platform is the best platform to strengthen two nations. They should really always do more and more projects. I love everyone who participated in this meeting, and particularly without my dear friend, past president, Murari Agarwal, this project would have not been envisaged. Thank you, Murari. Thank you, Yitzhak. All of you always required in my future projects.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Past President Ralphi, for your excellent reflections and reaffirmation of the wonderful things that Rotary could do. Thanks once again.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you.
Bless you all. Bless you all.
Yeah, we have a Vocational Excellence Award, Rotarian Yitzhak, for you. So please be on the line. Rajaram, can we proceed, please? Yeah, may I request Rotarian Madhusudan, our district chair for vocational diversity, to do the introduction of our chief guest, past district governor K.S. Nagendra, please.
तो ये दूसरी एक और फाइल है ना वो जो दिखा दे रहा देखो पब्लिक सर्विस लिखा है मेडिकल कैंप हो
Good evening all. It is my pleasure to introduce PDG K.S. Nagendra on this platform, and I would like to thank Mr. Manoj for giving this opportunity for me. K.S. Nagendra, born on 25th July 1953, hails from Holenasipur. He is graduated from Bangalore University with postgraduate diploma in instrumentation from the Indian Institute of Science and diploma in business management from Bangalore University.
तो ये फाइल लिखा है मेडिकल कैंप और वो लिखा है
K.S. Nagendra is a first generation entrepreneur and is currently the managing director of Mrs. K.S. Instruments Private Limited. K.S. Nagendra, because of his vast domain knowledge and experience, is considered as an authority in designing and application of power resistors. He has published several papers on the subject in international electrical and electronic journals. K.S. Nagendra was the president of Rotary Bangalore West during 1996-97 and won the Best Club Award and 13 Shields during that year. The club, under his leadership, established the permanent eye screening and operation center at Sri Prasanna Veeranjaneya Temple, Mahalakshmi Layout, where in the last 20 years, about 3,500 cataract operations have been conducted free of cost. One of the highlights of the year was the concept of start a mega district project. In this case, it was RI District 3190 Nephrology Center, which is recognized as a joint project of all the clubs. The project, which is providing dialysis for needy at subsidiary cost, became operational on 28 May 2015, and within last 54 months has been able to do nearly 42,000 dialysis cycles, which stands testimony to worthiness of the project. He was the district trainer for 2015-16 and brought in very refreshing changes in training methodology at the district. He was the district coordinator for the implementation of WINS activity and organized the largest hand wash and hygiene awareness drive, covering more than 600 schools in 2 days, reaching out to nearly 1 lakh children from government schools. He will coordinate and facilitate TRF activity for districts 3190 and 3182 as ARRFC during the year 2017-18. He was recognized with a Rotary Ratna Award from his district for his contributions to Rotary and his profession. He was bestowed the TRF Meritorious Service Award from the then RI President Rotarian Ravindran himself during the Rotary year 2015 and 16. He was bestowed the Rotary RI Service Above Self Award from none other than RI President Ian Risley himself during the Rotary year 2016-17. He addressed many club meetings, both for training their teams, their projects, including 2 outside districts. He is the Honorable Chairman for Modernization Program for a Government ITI and working for a promoting skill development in several sectors. He is the Director on Board of Non-Banking Finance Corporation, BSS Microfinance Private Limited. He is the Director on Board of several other manufacturing companies. I welcome PDG K.S. Nagendra. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening to all of you. Elrigu namaskara, namaste and shalom.
Namaste.
Respected District Governor of Rotary District 2490, that is Israel, including clubs in Jerusalem, Dr. Frankel, and our honored guest for the evening, Rotarian Yitzchak Abt, and the couple Ofra and Yaakov Baram, and the great man, Eitan Pierre. Friends, looking at the chat box and the kind of response that we have received, and also the presentation of the VTT team, I'm sure this was one of the most effective, most implemented, well implemented VTT. And this is the kind of knowledge exchange, this is the kind of vocational training teams that particularly Indian context and Indian clubs, Indian society needs. President and members of Rotary Club of Ramla Israel and Rotary Thane Premium and all the participating clubs from our district and other district, greetings to all of you from our district governor Nagendra Prasad and the Rotarians of District 3190. For the information of the other Rotarians who are present here, District 3190 has its clubs and activity rooted in southern parts of India, and its epicenter is in Bangalore. We cover about 8 revenue districts, and we have as of now 145 clubs and about 6,000 Rotarians as our members. In one of the introductions of our honored guest this evening, Yitzchak, I read that he is considered as one of the giants in agriculture development and founder of Israel Center for International Agriculture Development Corporation, who has served for more than 30 years. A hands-on veteran, as most of us could see, he has overseen implementation of hundreds of projects and has facilitated training tens and thousands of people from not only Asia, Africa, Latin America also. It's our privilege that he advised this VTT team for the visit to India. I'm sure by giving this occasional service excellence award to Dr. Yitzhak, the Rotarians we feel being honored by your acceptance of this recognition rather than the otherwise. Friends, this kind of seminal work, that too in agriculture and more so in developing societies, underdeveloped countries, is an indicator of how excellence in one's profession can serve the society on such large scale upliftment. This being a Rotary meeting, I don't have to talk about the Vocational Excellence Award and recognitions given as vocational excellence. Less to say, this is a very important component of the Rotary's program under Vocational Avenue of Service. Let us compliment the vocational service team for the year, led by Dr. Radhakrishnan and the coordinator Manoj and Rajaram and the entire team for this kind of work. And what we achieve by these kind of recognitions and awards is, it is not recognizing any one single profession. It is not recognizing the stature of the person, nor the position he holds, but it is recognizing how he has excelled in his performance and how the community around has benefited because of his contribution in the chosen field. Friends, what we achieve by such recognitions is, this serves as an inspiration to many of the Rotarians and their families to emulate the pursuit of success and excellence and become large contributors to the community around through their profession. We, on behalf of the Rotary family of the several districts and the clubs participating in today's meeting, compliment and deem it a privilege to confer this Vocational Excellence Award 2021 on Rotarian Mr. Yitzchak Abt, and for his outstanding work in the field of agriculture development cooperation. The citation reads, Rotary District 3190 and Rotary Bangalore Whitefield Central jointly bestow Rotary Vocational Excellence Award to Rotarian Mr. Yitzhak Abt, co-founder, in recognition of excellence achieved in his chosen field of vocation and contributing to the good of the society for Jnana Vaividya Vocational Diversity Speakers Series, presented by past District Governor, District 3190, Rotarian K.S. Nagendra, on 9th September 2020, signed by the entire vocational team and all of us Rotarians and our families. We wish you, Dr. Yitzhak Abt, very good health, peace, and continued contribution in your chosen endeavors. And thanks for the entire VTT team for accepting to be present on this evening and being here and advising on this very, very important area of agriculture. Thank you very much, and good night to every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PDG Nagendra sir. It was so nice that you spoke and awarded. We also have similar awards with the same thing on subsequent slides that we are giving to all the 3 participants as well.
Yes,
and
sir.
here you can see on the screen all these awards. These are for all the 3 additional members who are present today Rotarian Itan, Ofer, and Yakov. So once again, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
May I thank you? May I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the friendship that you have shown to our team that came to you, and we will never forget this session, which I think is very, very significant for the welfare of peoples all over the world. Thank you very, very much.
It's our pleasure, Rotarian Yitzhak. Thank you very much. And at this juncture, may I request past President Rotarian Murari Agrawal to give a couple of minutes of his reflection, because he was the person when this entire project happened. So Rotarian Murari Agrawal.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Hi everyone. I'm extremely grateful to RC of Ramla for taking this initiative, and the three experts, Etienne Pierre, Oprah Bar, and Yakov Bar, for coming all the way to Aurangabad and Jalna. Your stay here was amazing. The results were unbelievable. It was worth the effort. And I am also grateful to Ralphie Gerard for organizing this trip, and to our partners in Aurangabad and Jalna, Mr. Sonune and Suhas. We look forward to meeting you again, either in Israel or in Aurangabad and Jalna. This VTT was one of the reasons why Bombay Queen City was adjudged the best club in District 3140 that year. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Murari. Thank you.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Murari.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Murari, for those reflections.
Thank you, President Murari.
Thank you.
Thank you
Can I request Rajaram to give a formal vote of thanks, please?
Sure, Manoj. First of all, I would like to thank Rotarian Yitzchak Abt and Israel Rotary for choosing India for identifying and developing and training our farmers. Definitely, this is like India and Israel, how we collaborate together, it shows. Okay, thank you, Mr. Ethan, Mrs. Ofra, and Mr. Yakov for sharing your experience with us. It was very, very useful, and then people really appreciate it. I'm really happy to host this meeting today. Thank you for Rotarian Nuham Freknel, DG of District 2490, and Rotarian Jepora of Rotary Ramla Israel, and Ralphe of Rotary Queen City, and Rotarian Murari for providing the reflection. And special thanks to our district team, DG Nagendra Prasad, PDG Rotarian KS Nagendra, District Vocational Director, Rotarian Dr. Radhakrishna, District IT team, Rotarian Devadashan, and RWC President Rotarian Manoj Kabre, and Rotarian Pravesh, Rotarian Madhusudan for participating today's Jnana Vaividya. I would also like to thank all the Rotarians and ANADs, non-Rotarians for joining this webinar and make this event very great successful. At this moment, I would also like to take this opportunity to invite all the non-Rotarians to participate in your nearest Rotary event and get inspired, and finally be a part of Rotary. Together, we can make a better world. Rotary is a people of action. Rotary open opportunities to serve the community and unite people. Before we close the section, I would like to announce the next session. That is again, as Manoj told, okay, this is a 12-week session. Okay, the next session is on September 16th, the same Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. It's by Energy Swaraj. It is by Dr. Chetan Singh Solanki. He is the founder of Energy Swaraj Foundation. I would like to invite everybody to be present in next week also and make this program great success. Thank you all. Thank you for joining today's meeting.
Thank you. Thank you all for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello from Israel.
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Thank you so much. So nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much, dear friends. You have done a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks,
You
everyone.
performed super.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Without
you.
your support, nothing would have happened.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Namaste.
Good evening to all.